rented this thing.
Yeah. We've rented these before, but it's been a couple years. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Good. Hello, my name is Jackson. Thank you for coming back to the channel. It's going to be a little bit of a different video today than what some of you might be used to. Today we're going to be aerating the lawn. Haven't done this in a couple years. This beast is going to give me a good workout. But yeah, we're going to be aerating the lawn today. This will be the first step in our kind of fall lawn renovation. The past 2 times I've aerated the lawn myself has been in the spring. So this year we're doing it in the fall. It's currently about mid-September now. Yeah, it's going to be a fun day. So yeah, let's take you around the yard a little bit. Okay, so this is the yard that this is the yard as it currently stands right now. We've had a pretty hot summer for this year here in Central Ohio. It's kind of bright out today, so it might be a little bit hard to see. The lawn doesn't look horrible right now, but there's definitely some patchy spots.
Talk about being a few sardines short of a can.
There's these 3 big spots over here. One of these is in the shade of our pine tree, but where I had planted seed in the spring, and throughout May and into June, it was doing very nice. And then we got really hot temperatures all throughout late June, July, and all of August, and it just cooked this stuff. Now that we're getting into the fall season, it's the perfect time to start any lawn care regimen. Really, the spring or the fall. The fall will give that grass seed a nice chance to take root and establish itself, and then go dormant for the winter, obviously, and then hit the ground running in the spring with applications and steps we do now. So aerating is going to not do much for the grass seed itself, but it's going to help condition the lawn for overseeding eventually here in the next couple days. So let's go ahead and take a look at the aerator now. So this aerator is the brand Klassen. I don't really know of them besides them as an aerator brand, and I think they make a bunch of other tools to use. But we went ahead and rented this puppy from Home Depot. Jake, my other cameraman out here, he's somewhere over there.
But could you pay me in advance?
He was kind enough to help me lift it out of the truck. This is a good machine. I think this is a newer model of the Klassen aerators than the previous 2 times we've rented one from Home Depot, so I'm excited to use it, see how it feels. But yeah, it's an aerator just like any other aerator, maybe just difference in size. Works the same way. This thing is a beast. It will be a good workout. An aerator is meant to help with compaction in the soil. So I know from living at our house for my whole entire life, and since I've gotten into lawn care and lawn maintenance, that kind of thing, that our soil is like rock solid. It is very hard. If I had to guess, it's probably just the contractor's dirt that was left here when they built the house, and they put sod over most of the lawn and maybe seed in some spots, but the ground is very, very, very hard. We just happened to get rain yesterday, so we have some moisture in the ground. That means the aerator will be able to do a much better job at pulling cores out. So pulling cores out, what does that mean? When you run the aerator across the lawn, it has these tines in it that spin, and they're digging down into the ground, and they pull out a core of soil it can be anywhere from about 1 inch long to a couple inches long, depending on how soft your ground is. Ours is pretty hard, so I wanted to do this definitely after we got some rain or after I watered the yard, but rain is cheaper because it's free. So yeah, this thing has many, many horsepower that drive these tines into the ground and then yank out a core of soil, and it helps with compaction in the ground, which our yard is very, very compact. So this is definitely something that we want to do prior to seeding. So with that all being said, let's go ahead and get started on this puppy. Probably only have 3 hours left of the rental, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Recording?
Yep.
Here we go.
Oh, geez. Oh my God, I can't keep up with you. Is that all? What the hell? Where did those come from?
Yeah, this is perfect. So what this machine does, if Jake so casually show at some point, or maybe I can show later, there's a little literal hole in the ground you can stick your finger in. What it's doing, those tines that I showed you a minute ago, they're driving into the ground and yanking a core of soil out of the ground. This one's kind of on the small side, but it's better than nothing. See if there's another one. So it's looking like they're coming out mainly about a little more than an inch long, maybe. Which again, I wish it was pulling out some cores a little bit longer, but we're gonna take what we can get. So it's doing good. I got my boots on, be safe that way. We were over there a second ago in a part of the lawn that's generally gets more sun than right over here. We were showing the cores over there were only about an inch or a little bit more than an inch long. Again, take what we can get, it's better than nothing. But over here, this gets almost entirely shade all day long. And the cores are on average a little bit longer over here. Here's one that's even longer. That's about the same. This one's a good almost 2+ inches right there compared to the area of this lawn where there was a lot more sun. So again, water the lawn if you can before you're gonna aerate. Some people have super soft soil though, so you wanna be careful if it's wet before you go aerate if your lawn is super soft, because you could risk like really tearing up the turf that's already there. I'm contemplating on whether or not I want to do this in the backyard because it might be really hard to find scarlet turds.
Yeah.
So one thing I wanted to mention before we get started on this again is this machine, it has a throttle, so it has a slow throttle, and then you can pump it all the way up to as fast as it'll go. I had it on as fast as it will go, and you can see from that first couple clips, it really moves, because what's happening is this bar pushes those tines down into the ground so they're able to pull the cores out. Well, this machine has many horsepower pushing those tines into the ground and then yanking them out. So it's gonna move real quick when you have that throttle all the way down. So basically what I want you to be ready for if you're doing this yourself is when you engage the tines down in the ground and you go to pull that the handlebar in to make it go, be ready to go with it. Don't be hanging on and trying to hold it back. Just be ready to move quickly with it. I'm a little bit, I don't have the throttle on full speed right now because I'm going to be going around the tree. I don't want to be approaching the tree really fast. But once we get clear of the tree, we'll put it all the way back on and get moving.
What we do here is go back.
Okay, so now we've finished the entire yard, minus the parkway, side grass, whatever you want to call it. Finished the entire yard going east to west. So now we have the machine, we have it for a couple more hours. Now we go north to south across the whole entire yard again. Point being that double the amount of holes we put in to the yard, double the results that it will give. Yeah, it helps, so do it twice. To explain how you turn the machine, it's not as simple as just pushing a lawnmower through the yard and turning that, because that's literally just sitting on top of 4 wheels. This thing, while it has 4 wheels, while it's moving at least, it also has these tines that are digging into the ground, so you can't just gracefully go around a curve very easily at least. So we want to really stick to just back and forth straight paths, and then when we get to the end of the path to turn it, all that you simply do is when you finish your path and you're going to turn, the tines are down. So first, release the drive lever, pull up the tines, then to begin the turn, pull in the drive lever, which will engage the tines, and it helps you move the machine around much easier than just muscling it around yourself. Something about the tine spinning, it makes it easier. So engage the drive lever to move the tines, which will help you turn the machine around. Then release the drive lever, drop the tines down, pull in the drive lever, and then you're off again. I'm sure I look like a terrible sweaty mess right now. I feel like it. But yes, now we have completed the double pass aeration. So going east to west and north to south on the front yard, the main portion of the front yard. The curb grass right there, and then along that road out there. I'm about ready to do that. I just had to take a break, get some water, and grab a granola bar real quick, because this thing will kick your ass. There's no question about it. It's tough to do a big yard like this one, especially. It's tough to aerate. It's definitely a workout. So got to do that over there, the curb grass, and then the only other spot besides that we have to do is over here. We have the curb grass right here, just a small patch, and then this grass all the way along the side of the house. We'll have to see about double aerating, as in going north to south on this side, just because it's such a small patch. Maybe we'll just do extra swath all the way up and down a whole bunch of times over here. But yeah, that's all we have left to do. Gonna chomp on my granola bar for a second and then get back to it, because we have to clean this bad boy too before we take it back, which takes a good little bit. All part of the process. We'll get it done. As Bane would say, "It's time to go mobile." That's probably a terrible impression of Bane from The Dark Knight. Oh man, I'm out of breath. This side of the house gets almost 100% shade throughout the day. In the morning, back here, it gets a little bit of sun from when the sun's rising over there. And then in the evening, it probably gets a very little bit of sun also from the sun setting back there. But even then, we got those trees blocking it. So over here is the shadiest part of the lawn by far. Since it rained yesterday, this is going to be the softest area. Now I can confirm that by when I'm making my turns back here. Not sure how well this will pick up on camera, but this ground is really eaten up back here from those wheels turning, which that's okay. It'll come back eventually. We're going to put some grass seed down, fertilizer also, and it will come back. Just might take a little while longer back here where it really got roughed up. The cores pooled back here are definitely the biggest. I got gloves on now, but that's definitely 2 inches at least, maybe a little bit more than 2 inches. But all of the cores, I would say almost none of the cores out in the main front yard were this big at all, while a majority of them are over here because the lawn gets a lot more shade, retains more moisture, and allows the aerator to pick out longer cores. We're all done with the aeration. I'm not going to do the backyard this year because, frankly, I hadn't mowed the backyard yet. I ran out of time 2 days ago when I mowed this in preparation for aeration. So the grass needs mowed back there anyway, and we have a dog now. The last 2 times we did aeration, we didn't have a dog, so we weren't picking up poop out of the backyard. And this would frankly just make it a nightmare trying to find Scarlett's turds in the backyard filled with a bunch of cores of soil. There she is right here. She's watching me. She wants to know what I'm doing. I don't know if you can pick her up. I mean, She's looking at me through the window. Oh, there's the bus stop. Somebody's getting home from school. Anyway, man, bus, I'm trying to record. We got one last final break, then we got to clean the aerator off and get it back to Home Depot. So cleaning this thing is not the easiest chore in the world either. You got to poke all the remaining dirt out of the tines on the bottom. It's not really too dirty on the just outside of the whole shell of the machine. Just might need a quick little spray down, but we got to clean the tires off and get all the dirt out of the tines. All right, machine's all clean. Got the cores swept up the sidewalk. Double aerated the yard. This was a fun day. This was a tiring day. I am beat right now. Yeah, machine's got to be back in about an hour, so probably gonna let it dry a little bit more, change up my boots for my regular shoes, load her up and get her back to Home Depot. Like the video if you enjoyed. Let us know what you thought of Jack Aerates the Lawn down in the comment section. Comment if you have any questions about aerators, how to use it. Controls for starting it are fairly simple, and if you go to rent one, they'll run you through how to start it. Basically just a couple levers and then yanking the cord just like a mower, so not hard to figure out, but they run you through it when you rent one. I am by no means an expert on lawn care or aeration or anything like that. It's just a hobby of mine, and I like to do it. I know a bit about it, but I'm not an expert. So definitely comment down below. I love getting comments and interacting with people that way. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more fun content like this. This is different content than what I've primarily been doing recently. If you haven't seen any of those recent videos, definitely go check out the playlists I have. The My Family Watches playlist, where we react to the new Disney Plus Marvel shows, hopefully more shows in the future, as well as the trailer reactions playlist, where Jake, my brother Jake, and I react to any and all trailers that we are interested in. Here in the next couple days, at the very least, we'll be getting some grass seed to oversee the entire yard. Again, thank you so very much for watching. If you do subscribe, click that notification bell so that every time we put out a new video, you will know about it. With that being said, thank you so very much for watching. I'll see you next time in the lawn. Take care.
Scarlet. Hey, Scarlet. Why'd you poop in the yard so much? You pooped everywhere. How'd you even do that? Why'd you poop in the yard?